Alessandro Moretti, New York's most feared capo, stepped into Lito Noir, and the whole room went dead silent. Everyone's eyes locked on the man who owned the skyline. But his date made a deadly mistake. She laughed at the waitress, pointing at the wine list and sneering, "She can't even read the menu, Alessandro. It's pathetic." She had no idea this waitress held a secret that could torch their empire. When Sophie finally spoke, she didn't just read the menu, she silenced the devil himself. This is the shocking tale of how a spilled glass of red wine changed the underworld forever. Hey everyone, welcome back to Real Life Echo, where we dive into stories that feel so real, they echo in your mind long after. If you love tales of danger, romance, and sweet revenge, hit that like button right now. It really helps the channel grow. And if you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more gripping stories like this one. The rain in Manhattan didn't wash things clean, it just made the grime slicker. Inside Lito Noir, though, the weather didn't matter. The air smelled of old money, truffle oil, and fear. Sophie carefully adjusted the silverware on table 4, her fingers shaking just a bit. It wasn't the cold, it was hunger. She hadn't had a real meal in 2 days, living off stale baguettes the sous chef tossed out at midnight. To the patrons of Lito Noir, Sophie was invisible, a blur in black and white, a ghost with a notepad. "Check your reflection, Sophie," the maitre d', Monsieur Laurent, hissed as he glided by. "Table 4 is reserved for the Moretti party." The name dropped the room's temperature by 10 degrees. Sophie stiffened. Everyone in New York knew the Morettis. They didn't just run the unions or docks anymore, they owned the skyline. Alessandro Moretti, the family's youngest and most ruthless don, was a man whose whisper hit harder than a gunshot. He was known for his terrifying silence and his demand for perfection. "I'm ready, monsieur," Sophie whispered, tucking a stray lock of honey-blonde hair behind her ear. She kept her eyes down, that was the rule. Look down, stay alive. At 8 p.m. sharp, the heavy oak doors swung open. The restaurant, usually buzzing with polite chatter and clinking crystal, fell silent, like all the oxygen had been sucked out. Alessandro Moretti walked in first. He was taller than in the paparazzi shots, in a charcoal bespoke suit that probably cost more than Sophie's lifetime earnings. His face was a mask of bored indifference, jawline sharp enough to cut glass, eyes dark, smart, and totally without warmth. Behind him came 2 bodyguards, built like granite statues, and a woman. She was stunning like a diamond, cold, hard, meant to be admired. She wore a red dress that clung like a second skin. This was Camilla Russo, a socialite desperate for a ring before the fiscal quarter ended. "This way, senor." Laurent bowed so low his nose almost hit the carpet. They sat at table 4, Sophie's station. She waited 30 seconds before approaching, her heart pounding like a trapped bird. She needed this job, needed the tips. Rent was 3 weeks late and her landlord, sweaty Mr. Henderson, threatened to change the locks by Friday. "Good evening," Sophie said softly but steadily. "Water for the table?" Alessandro didn't look up, checking his vintage Patek Philippe. He waved dismissively. Camilla, though, eyed Sophie from her scuffed shoes to frayed collar, lip curling in disgust. To Camilla, Sophie was an obstacle, not a person. "Sparkling," Camilla snapped. "And bring the wine list, the reserve one, not the house garbage." "Certainly, madam." Sophie fetched the heavy leather-bound book and placed it gently before Alessandro. He ignored it. "Read it for me, darling," he said to Camilla, his voice a low, gravelly baritone that vibrated in Sophie's chest. "I have a headache." Camilla preened, opening the book, her manicured nails tapping the parchment. But as she scanned, her smile faltered. The menu was archaic, pretentious French in cursive, detailing vintages that needed a sommelier certification. Camilla squinted, flipped pages, then laughed nervously. "Well, it's all just French, isn't it? Alessandro, why don't we order the Cabernet?" "I don't want a Cabernet," Alessandro said, finally looking up, eyes boring into her. "I want the 82 Bordeaux." "Find it." Camilla panic-scanned and pointed randomly. Sophie leaned in to pour water, her eyes flicking to the spot. It was a cheap table wine from the Loire Valley, marked up for tourists. "Actually," Camilla snapped, catching Sophie's glance. She felt foolish and needed a target. "Why don't you ask her? Look at her, she's staring like it's a math problem. She probably can't even read the menu, Alessandro. It's pathetic. These places hire anyone off the street nowadays." The restaurant hushed. Diners froze, forks mid-air. Alessandro shifted, looking at Sophie for the first time, really looking. He saw the frayed cuffs, tired eyes, cheap shoes. "Is that true?" he asked, voice dangerously soft. "Can you not read the menu?" "It was a trap," Say yes, incompetent. Say no, arguing with a guest, a death sentence in service. Camila smirked. Of course she can't. Go get someone who knows what they're doing. Shoo. Sophie froze, the insult burning hot. It wasn't the cruelty, it was assuming she was stupid. They saw a waitress, a nobody. They didn't see Sophie Dubois, former Sorbonne prodigy, daughter of a disgraced diplomat who'd spent childhood summers in Provence vineyards before her father's gambling debts forced them into hiding in America. Sophie gripped the picture tight. She should walk away, get Laurent. But she looked at Alessandro, not sneering like Camila, but watching with curious, predatory intensity, waiting to see if she'd break. Sophie breathed deep, set the pitcher down with a soft thud and straightened. The slouch vanished. Mademoiselle Pomerol Muscadet de Sèvres, she said, voice shifting, the shaky American accent gone, replaced by crisp, melodic Parisian French. Camila blinked. What? Sophie continued, eyes on Alessandro, speaking fluid French like music. It is a dry white wine, acidic, typically paired with oysters. It is certainly not a Bordeaux. If Monsieur desires the 1982, he is looking for the Chateau Mouton Rothschild, on page 14, third line from the bottom. She reached over, hands steady, flipping pages gracefully to land exactly there. Furthermore, she switched to flawless, unaccented English, cool and professional. The vintage you pointed at, mademoiselle, is corked. Monsieur Laurent keeps it on the list to test tourists. I would never serve it to a palate as refined as Mr. Moretti's. Silence, absolute, suffocating. Laurent, rushing over, skidded to a halt, mouth agape. Camila's face turned crimson. She sputtered, how dare you speak to me like? Alessandro raised a finger, she shut up instantly. He turned from the list to Sophie, boredom gone, replaced by dangerous interest. You speak French. It wasn't a question. I do, Sophie replied, meeting his gaze. She knew she'd be fired but didn't care. And you know wine. I know serving a muscadet with steak would be a crime against humanity. A corner of Alessandro's mouth twitched, almost a smile. What is your name? Sophie. Sophie, he rolled it like whiskey. You're not from Brooklyn, are you? Everyone's from somewhere, Mr. Moretti. Right now I'm from table 4. He stared, then closed the list. Get the Rothschild, he commanded, eyes locked on her. And bring another glass. Camila perked up. Oh, Alessandro, you're too kind. Not for you, he said coldly, cutting her off. He gestured to the empty seat. For her. He pointed at Sophie. Sit down, Sophie. The restaurant gasped. A waitress with the Don? Unheard of, suicide. Sir, I cannot, Sophie stammered, adrenaline fading to fear. My shift, Monsieur Laurent will fire me. Alessandro glanced at the pale manager. Laurent, Sophie's shift is over. She's dining with me. Put it on my tab. And if she's fired, Lito Noir burns by morning. Capice? Laurent nodded frantically. Yes, Mr. Moretti. Of course, Sophie, please sit. Sophie eyed the chair, furious Camila, Alessandro's abyssal eyes. She sat, and that moment ended her old life, began a new one. The velvet chair contrasted her usual stiff stool, but she felt only Alessandro's stare, like a hand on her throat. Camila looked like she'd swallowed a lemon, rage cracking her makeup. Alessandro, she hissed, trembling. This is a joke, right? Letting the help sit. He ignored her, watching Sophie. Pour the wine, Sophie. Her hands shook, reaching for the 82 Rothschild, worth 3 months' rent. She decanted with ease, muscle memory from her past. She poured a splash for him. He swirled, inhaled, sipped, nodded. She filled his glass, her own, not Camila's. You're ignoring me, Camila shrieked, slamming the table. Silverware rattled. I am the daughter of Senator Russo. My father will, your father, Alessandro interrupted boredly, owes me 3 favors and 4 million. If I left you on the curb for annoying me, he'd apologize. Camila's mouth dropped. Sophie, Alessandro turned back, tell me about the wine. Sophie sipped. It hit like a memory, black currant, cedar, cigar box. Like her father's study before raids. Like safety. It's bold, she said softly. Structure impeccable. Tannins softened with age but still grip. Long finish. It's a survivor. A survivor? He repeated. Like you. She lowered her glass. I don't know what you mean, sir. Please, Camila scoffed, standing, grabbing her clutch. I'm not staying for this charade. Eat with the rat? Fine, catch fleas. She turned to storm out, but grabbed her water glass, tossing it at Sophie vindicatively. It slowed in Sophie's mind. She flinched, expecting ice. It never came. She opened her eyes. Alessandro had moved impossibly fast, blocking the spray. Water dripped from his suit sleeve, his wine untouched. The restaurant silenced again, even kitchen noise stopped. Alessandro stood slowly, peeled off his jacket, handed it to a bodyguard. He looked at Camila. "Leave," he whispered, like a coffin closing. She paled, realizing she'd assaulted a capo, then ran, heels clicking frantically into the rainy night. Alessandro sat, now in dress shirt straining over broad shoulders, gun holster visible. He didn't hide it. "Apologies," he said to Sophie. "Trash taken out." She stared. "Why did you do that?" "Because you know Muscadet from Bordeaux. And you have eyes of a woman running from something. I hate wasted potential." He cut into his steak, chewed, pointed his fork. "You look like you haven't seen protein in a week." Sophie was starving, the ribeyes smell intoxicating. She took a bite, suppressing a moan. "So," Alessandro said, swirling wine, "Sophie, no last name, perfect French, high-end vintages knowledge, dead-end job where the manager terrifies you. Let me guess." He leaned in, eyes narrowing. "Disgraced socialite? No, too tough. Runaway wife? No, no ring mark. Family trouble." Sophie froze, fork down. "I'm just a waitress, Mr. Moretti." "Liar." He smiled wolfishly. "You're Arthur Dubois' daughter." Her glass slipped, shattered. Red wine bled like a wound. "How?" she whispered, blood cold. "How do you know that name?" "Your father was a smuggling legend, art, gems, info. The diplomat. 3 years ago he vanished with something valuable. Something mine." His expression hardened. Sophie pushed back, panic clawing. "I don't know where he is. Haven't seen him in 3 years. Please, I just want to go home." "You can't," he said softly. "Why not?" "If I found you," he nodded to idling SUVs, "Stefano Greco has 2. And unlike me, Greco likes blood, not wine." As if cued, the front window shattered, glass sprayed like diamonds. Screams erupted, patrons dove. Sophie had no time to scream. Alessandro slammed into her, shielding her. She felt his hard chest, smelled gunpowder and cologne. Bullets shredded their booth. Bottles exploded. "Stay down," he roared, pulling his gun, firing 3 calm shots out the window. Dante the back. A bodyguard flipped a table, returned fire. Sophie trembled. "What's happening?" "Who?" "Greco," he spat, looking down, blood from glass on his cheek. "He wants you, thinks you have the key." "Key to what?" "I have nothing," she cried, tears mixing dust. "Move now." He hauled her low through kitchen chaos, out the back door into rain-slick alley. A black SUV screeched up. "Get in." He shoved her, dove after. Tires squealed as a motorcycle turned, gun raised, bullets pinged off reinforced glass. Sophie huddled, soaked, shivering. Alessandro holstered his gun, straightened cuffs, annoyingly calm like post-meeting, not shootout. "Are you hit?" "No," she checked. "You're bleeding." He touched his cheek. "Nothing." He tossed water and towel. "Clean up. You look like a ghost." She wiped. "You said they want the key." "What key?" "Father left debt. We lost the vineyard, Paris flat, everything. I've waited tables 2 years for a roof." He analyzed her, no deception. "Arthur stole a ledger, an encrypted drive with East Coast Syndicate offshore accounts. Greco wants it for city takeover. I want to stop him. I don't have it." "Maybe not knowingly. Arthur was sentimental, hid it near you." The car slowed, crossing a bridge to docks, then a high-rise. "Where?" "My place." "No," she panicked. "My apartment. I need things, mother's locket." He sighed, tapped partition. "Driver, detour to Queens, 42nd. Sir, unsafe." "Do it." "Ride silent." At her crumbling building, Alessandro signaled men wait. "I'm coming up." "I can pack alone," she snapped. "Sophie, look at your door." Light on, she never left it. She bolted, he cursed, followed. Door busted, apartment eviscerated, mattress slashed, dresser smashed, clothes torn, floorboards pried. "No," she whimpered, kneeling in debris. Under bed, her safe empty. "The locket, they took it. Only photo of my mother." Alessandro surveyed Greco's messy work. He crouched, lifted her chin. "They didn't find it. Took trash. If they had, they'd burn the building. Still hunting." He extended hand. "Nothing left here, no job, home, past." His hand killers but steady. "Come with me. I'll get your locket, settle debts. But you belong to me now." Belong? Like possession. Like partner. I need your brain. You need protection till Greco's dead. You're Sophie Moretti. Sirens wailed, she took his hand. He pulled her close, she felt safe. Let's go home. The penthouse was a sky fortress. Elevator opened to massive living room, glass walls over Manhattan. Furniture modern, stark, black, white, chrome. Masculine, cold. Dante, secure perimeter. Double lobby guard. No one up without authorization. Chef light meal. Get doctor. I don't need one. Sophie hugged herself, uniform stained. Cuts on arms from glass. He loosened tie, poured brandy. Drink. It burned, settled nerves. Guest room down hall, sister's clothes. Should fit. Shower, change, then study. If I refuse? He paused, intensity knee weakening. Door unlocked. Leave any time but out there pray. Your guest. Choose. He left, she eyed elevator. Run to police? But police on payrolls. No law, her father said. Only power. She showered, scrubbed pink, chose white shirt, black leggings. Mirror showed harder girl. In study, books lined walls, Alessandro at mahogany desk with monitors. Now in black t-shirt, tattoos like vines on arms. Better, he said. You need my brain, not wine recitals. He slid old paper, ciphered letter. Your father sent this 3 days before vanishing. Intercepted but uncracked. Cryptographers say gibberish French poetry. She recognized handwriting. It's not random. Read. Moonlight shines on forgotten vineyard where fox sleeps under ninth stone. We know English means nothing. No vineyard fox. Book code. Father read me stories, Little Prince, Les Mis. Fox is Aesop's Fables 1890 edition. Ninth stone, page 9 or fable, fox and grapes. Not where money is, where key. Forgotten vineyard? She closed eyes. At 10, we buried time capsule in Provence vineyard under ninth garden wall stone. His eyes widened. Drive in France. If not moved. We go. Dante prep jet. Marseille an hour. Wait, I'm wanted in France for debts. He approached, air crackling. I own Marseille customs. No arrest. Only you know layout. He tucked hair gently. Help find drive, destroy Greco. I'll clear debts by Lito Noir if wanted. Don't want restaurant. Want father. His face shadowed hesitation. What? Is he dead? Tell me. He grabbed shoulders. Not dead. Not missing. Where? Greco's Tuscany villa dungeon, 3 years. Letter smuggled last week. World tilted. Alive. You knew. Suspected. Letter confirmed. Get him, forget drive. Can't without drive. Storm villa he kills Arthur. Give drive, kills him. Bankrupt Greco first, freeze assets, army leaves then go. Stake sword, father's life. Monster her hope. France. He nodded. Get coat. She saw file, her photo from weeks ago. You knew. Came for me. To see if worth trouble. Am I? He closed in, chest brushing. You are worth burning the world. Jet landed Marseille dawn, countryside purples, golds. Flight quiet, Alessandro on phone, Sophie twisting fabric, memories warring. Dusty Peugeot waited. He drove precisely. Close, left at crossroads. Pavement ends. Gravel track, ivy-eaten sign, Chateau Dubois. Estate skeleton, house boarded, roof sagging. Vineyard wild, tangled. Stop, walk. Noise carries. He handed flashlight, hand on holster. Behind me. See anyone drop, no scream, run. Grew up hiding here, I know disappearing. Through rows, silence broken by leaves. Wall north. Mossy stones, she counted. Here, knife. He knifed it up. Rusted tin box. She shook, couldn't open. His hands covered. Let me. Lid popped. Trinkets, dried flour, toy soldier, drawing, taped USB. He hid it. Secure, we have it. Click, hammer cock. Don't move. Drop gun, Moretti, or girl's brains fertilize grapes. He raised hands. 3 men emerged, leader scarred, MP5 at Sophie. Luca, Greco let you off leash. Knew you'd come. Hand drive. Or. Kill her, take it, leave you for crows. Eyes to Sophie, trust me. Fine. Tossed high into thorns. Luca's eyes followed, split second. Alessandro tackled Sophie behind wall as bullets chipped stone. Stay down. He rolled, fired over wall, scream, one down. Get to vines. Dragged her into cover. Drive. Through toy soldier, drive here. Pocket tap. Insane. Practical. I'll draw fire, you run to car. No, leaving you. Mask slipped, terrified of loss. Sophie, please. Flanking left. Ditch 10 yards, leads to road. Both make it. Fierce grin. Lead mademoiselle. Slid in as bullets shredded vines. Ran burning lungs to car. He vaulted driver, she passenger. Gunned engine spinning gravel as Luca fired, rear window shattered. She ducked. Peugeot roared away. Hit. No. He grinned wildly. You did good. Dangerous, lethal, exhilarating. Tuscany? Grin faded. To kill a monster. Greco's villa, Tuscany fortress, beautiful, rotting. Night fell, they drove to gate in Mercedes. He black suit, she silk red gown, like queen felt sacrifice. Plan you leverage I buyer. No fear. Not afraid. What? Good, Greco feeds on it. Guards escorted to hall, art, sulfur smell. Greco small, oily, dead eyes, gummy smile. Alessandro little waitress. Welcome. Cut it. Have drive. Show. Placed USB. Arthur Dubois now. Snapped, guards dragged gaunt, bruised man. Papa. Arthur croaked, Sophie run. Let go. Hand held her. Drive first. Plugged laptop frowned. Encrypted, biometric voice. Clever Arthur, daughter password. Grip tightened. She unlocks after Arthur in car to airport. No bargain, 50 men here you waitress. Gun to Arthur's head. Unlock or daddy paints wall. No. Squeeze twice signal. Sophie walked to laptop. Prompt, voice phrase. Want code. Want world. Into mic. Fox knows many tricks, hedgehog one big. Green file scrolled. Greed in eyes. Yes. Kill them. Deal's deal. Criminal, make corpses. So do I. Lights out. Chaos. Alessandro cut power remote. Gunfire. He shielded Sophie, fired with night vision. Get Arthur. She crawled, found hand. Got you. Red lights on. He fought brutally, cleared path. But Greco gone laptop too. He ran. Take father to car, Dante at back. Where you? Finish it. She dragged Arthur to courtyard, shoved in Mercedes. Go, safety. Slammed door. Sophie, no. Drive. Car sped. She ran back, not victim, woman in love. Library, Greco behind desk with laptop, Alessandro behind pillar, low ammo. Over, I have accounts transferring. Sophie saw bust above Greco, shelf bracket. Grabbed magnum bottle, threw at bracket. Snapped, bust crashed on arm. Scream, dropped laptop, gun skittered. Alessandro fired, one shot. Greco slumped. Silence. Alessandro heaved, looked at dead man, laptop, Sophie. Walked over, grabbed face, kissed. Survival, possession. Tasted blood, victory. Forehead to hers, told you get in car. Don't take orders, I'm French. Breath laugh. Heat transfer. No, code uploaded virus, wiped servers. Died broke. Hedgehog's trick. Picked her up. Home, starving. 6 months later. Manhattan rain soft. Lito Noir buzzed, new management. Sophie owner in suit stopped at table 4. Arthur healthy sipping tea. Inventory done, papa. Good, go he's waiting. Back booth, Alessandro in sweater, warmer eyes. 82 Rothschild. Bold. Celebrating. What? Velvet box. Found someone who reads menu, don't intend she dine alone. Command? Proposal. Smile that felled empire. Pour wine we discuss. Sophie Dubois from invisible waitress to underworld queen. Power. Intelligence, courage, wine with revenge. Alessandro thought he saved her, she saved him. If you love this story on Real Life Echo, hit like, it helps so much. Subscribe for more. In comments, tell me, if you were Sophie, would you go back into the villa? Share with friends, let's get those echoes spreading.